Big developments are stirring behind the scenes in Denver as the Broncos gear up for the 2025 NFL Draft. With speculation running wild, it's time to separate fact from fiction. One of the biggest questions right now: will the Broncos try to trade up in the first round? According to NFL insider Ian Rappaport, while a move for a running back seems unlikely, Denver might be eyeing a jump to grab a top wide receiver. That could be huge. The team is clearly looking to upgrade its receiving unit, and grabbing a dynamic pass catcher could help ignite the offense. One name floating around is Texas standout Matthew Golden, a 6'1", 185-pound receiver known for his speed and versatility. Still, many analysts believe Denver will stay put at the 20th pick. This year's draft class isn't stacked with elite talent at the top, so teams might hesitate to give up valuable future assets to move up. In fact, we haven't seen a single first-round pick traded yet, a rare situation that highlights just how cautious teams are being this year. While trade rumors continue to swirl, the Broncos are keeping their true intentions under wraps. The talk of smokescreens is real, and Denver could be using the hype to keep other teams guessing. Matthew Golden has drawn comparisons to Brandon Cooks, a fellow speed threat that Sean Payton once drafted in the first round back in his New Orleans days. Golden's versatility fits a clear profile Payton seems to value in his offensive system. He's more than just a deep threat. He can line up outside, in the slot, or even take snaps from the backfield. Despite his size, he plays big and could bring a spark that pairs well with Denver's current receiving core, including Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, and rising talents like Troy Franklin and Devon Vell. But Golden isn't the only receiver catching attention. Teteroa McMillan from Arizona brings a different style. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 219 pounds, he fits the mold of a traditional boundary X receiver. Think Cortland Sutton, or even shades of the legendary Demaryius Thomas. He had a breakout year in 2023, though injuries in 2024 impacted his stats. Still, his 2023 film has scouts intrigued by his upside. Then there's Luther Burden from Missouri, a dynamic playmaker with elite yards after catch ability. He clocked a 4.41 in the 40-yard dash and brings a strong physical presence. But questions remain about his route running and a noticeable dip in production last season, which is raising red flags for some draft evaluators. It's also worth remembering, Denver chose not to trade up for quarterback Bo Nix last year, even though he was reportedly high on their draft board. So it's understandable why some insiders doubt they'd suddenly shift gears and pay a premium to move up for a receiver. Even one as talented as Golden, it would likely cost them the number. 20 pick plus additional draft capital, possibly a third rounder or a future second. With that in mind, some believe Denver might actually be more open to trading down and collecting extra picks, a move that could benefit a team still putting the building blocks in place. Trading back could be a smart move for Denver, especially with the 2025 draft offering solid depth on day 2. Picking up extra selections would give Sean Payton the flexibility to address key needs, particularly at running back, where good talent could be available without spending a premium pick. The Broncos are in a critical position. They've got a solid roster and a head coach who knows how to build contenders. The big decision? Swing for a potential game changer on offense, or stay patient and let the board come to them. If Denver holds steady at pick number 20, they still have options. While wide receiver is on the radar, the position isn't in crisis. Cortland Sutton is coming off a career year. Marvin Mims impressed late last season with his speed and crisp route running. Troy Franklin and Devon Vell, both 2023 rookies, showed real promise and could develop into valuable contributors. That's why the urgency to trade up may be overstated. Sean Payton has never been the type to chase big names just for the spotlight. He builds around scheme and fit, targeting players who can thrive in specific roles. If Matthew Golden slides to 20, it could be the ideal outcome. Elite upside without sacrificing future draft capital. But if Golden is off the board, things get interesting. If the front office isn't completely sold on McMillan's long-term potential or remains cautious about Burden's limitations, moving down becomes a real possibility. Trading back a few spots and adding a second or third rounder could allow Denver to fill multiple needs, like grabbing a capable running back or shoring up depth at cornerback or linebacker. This year's draft offers real depth at wide receiver, a position loaded with talent deep into the second and third rounds. That gives Denver some flexibility. If the right guy isn't available at number 20, they could wait and still land a productive player later on. There's also another angle that could shape the Broncos' draft approach. If Sean Payton believes his future quarterback is already on the roster, this draft becomes less about chasing a franchise QB and more about building around him. That means improving the offensive line, adding reliable weapons in the passing game, and finding a dependable running back to help control the tempo. Notably, there's been no real buzz about Denver pursuing a top quarterback this year, and that speaks volumes. They passed on trading up for Bo Nix last year, and it's unlikely they'll make a move in a draft that lacks a clear-cut superstar at the position. This isn't a Trevor Lawrence or Joe Burrow type of year, and without a standout QB1, Denver doesn't seem eager to reach. Now, back to the receivers. If Denver wants an immediate impact player, Matthew Golden is the ideal target. He checks every box: speed, toughness, versatility, and the ability to stretch the field in every direction. He's tailor-made for Sean Payton's creative offense. But if Golden is gone, the Broncos need to tread carefully. While both Teteroa McMillan and Luther Burden bring talent, they also come with question marks. McMillan has elite size and a huge catch radius, but struggles with separation and missed time due to injuries in 2024, which could limit his early impact. Burden is electric with the ball in his hands, but questions about his route running make him more of a gadget player than a complete receiver. For a first-round pick, Payton will want more than just raw potential. He's a coach who values precision and fit, not just flashy highlights. No matter where the Broncos make their pick, whether it's at number 20, slightly higher, or later in the draft, they're looking for a complete player, not just someone with athletic upside, but a prospect with the right mentality, versatility, and alignment with the team's identity. As draft night draws near, all eyes are on Denver. Will they make a bold move up the board to grab a difference maker, stay put and take the best player available, or trade back to collect more picks and build depth across the roster? One thing's for sure, the direction they choose could shape the future of this team. And with Sean Payton at the helm, every move will be calculated. Broncos fans have every reason to be locked in. This draft could be a turning point.